Alright, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, bro. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. Like, bro, I'm always doing this shit. Being inconsistent. I'm sorry, bro. But today we have y'all see the title, bro. Y'all see the title. This video is definitely gonna get age restricted or something, but I don't care, bro, because I don't do this for money or nothing. I do this for fun. So, without further ado, let's check it out. I'm very interested to see this video, like a what's it called, like a documentary type shit, like going into these guys, Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris. So let's check it out.
Eric David Harris was born on April 9th, 1981, in Wichita, Kansas. The Harris family relocated often, as Harris's father was a U.S. Air Force transport pilot. His mother was a homemaker. The family moved from Plattsburgh, New York, to Littleton, Colorado, in July 1993, when his father retired from military service. The Harris family lived in rented accommodations for the first 3 years that they lived in the Littleton area. During this time, he attended Ken Carroll Middle School, and Harris met a boy named Dylan Klebold. In 1996, the Harris family purchased a house south of Columbine High School. His older brother attended
And
college.
let me know in the comments if y'all know about this, cause this shooting right here started a very bad trend, man, of just horrifying school shootings.
At the University of Colorado Boulder.
I have a friend
Dylan
that
Bennett
lives in
Klebold
Boulder.
was born on September 11th, 1981, in Lakewood, Colorado. His parents were pacifists and attended a Lutheran church with their children. Both Dylan and his older brother Byron attended confirmation classes in accordance with the Lutheran tradition. As had been the case with his older brother, Klebold was named after a renowned poet, in his case the playwright Dylan Thomas. At the family home, the Klebolds also observed some rituals in keeping with Klebold's maternal grandfather's Jewish heritage. Klebold attended Normandy Elementary in Littleton, Colorado for 1st and 2nd grade, before transferring to Governor's Ranch Elementary, and became part of the CHIPS, Challenging High Intellectual Potential Students program.
Bro, I don't understand why they did this, man. Like, they were doing good. They didn't have, like, a horrifying life. It doesn't make sense, man. It seems like Eric Harris was very angry. I don't know, man. They had a lot of good things going for them. I don't know why they do something like this. I really don't.
During his tenure at Stafford Middle School, Harris played Little League Baseball, regularly went to birthday parties, and was part of the crowd. Kyle Ross, a former classmate of Harris, said, "He was just a typical kid." On a 1997 English class assignment, Harris wrote about how difficult the move was from New York to Colorado.
Nah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. After taking this picture, y'all gotta watch him, bro. What the fuck? Like, this dude's looking like this? What the fuck?
From Plattsburgh. "I have the most memories from there," Harris continued. "When I left, his friends, I felt alone, lost, and even agitated that I had spent so much time with them. And now I have to go because of something I can't stop."
That sucks, man.
Harris had a chest deformity known as pectus excavatum, in which the breastbone sinks into the chest.
Shit.
This made Harris reluctant to take his shirt off in gym class, as other students ridiculed him. Harris had 2 cosmetic surgeries at age 12 and 13 to repair the deformity. The sunken chest was still mildly observable during his autopsy.
That's crazy.
According to reports, Klebold was exceptionally bright as a young child, although he appeared somewhat sheltered in elementary school. When he transitioned to Ken Carroll Middle School, he found it difficult. Fellow classmates recalled Klebold being painfully shy and quiet, often to an uncomfortable degree. Klebold's parents were unconcerned with the fact that Klebold found the changing of schools uneasy, as they assumed it was just regular behavior among young adolescents. During his earlier school years, Klebold played baseball, soccer, and t-ball. Klebold was in Cub Scouts with friend Brooks Brown, whom he was friends with since the 1st grade. Brown lived near the house Harris's parents had bought when they finally settled in Littleton.
Like, this is advice to y'all that still go to school. Like, if y'all see the quiet kids, bro, like, just be nice to them, dude. Don't give them a hard time. Don't bully them. You know what I'm saying? Because usually, if you fuck with the quiet kids, they're gonna do some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Just be nice to them, bro. Just don't be a dick. and they might spare you if you're at the school and you know what happens. Cause yeah, bro, that's the best advice I could give y'all, bro. Just be nice to the quiet kids. Like, that's all I could say
and
about
rode
that.
the same bus as Harris. Shortly after, Klebold had met Harris, and the pair quickly became best friends. Later, Harris introduced Klebold to his friend Nathan Dykeman, who also attended their middle school, and they all became a tight-knit group of friends.
Okay.
Some described Harris as charismatic,
and
others described him.
I watched those. It's not the basement tapes, but it's like, I don't know. It's like a school project they did, like a skit, if you will. I don't know, man. Just something about it doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know why the teachers didn't like think. I don't know, bro. I don't know. They just displayed very odd behaviors. I'm not gonna lie. Like, the school needs to be more on it about like scouting these school shooters, man. Cause like, I think you could tell a school shooter, to be honest with you. Like, y'all need to be watching out.
Him as nice and likable. Harris also often bragged about his ability to deceive others, once stating in a tape that he could make anyone believe anything. By his junior year,
crazy,
Harris
bro.
was also known to be quick to anger and threaten people with bombs.
See, bro.
Classmates also related
bomb threats, bro. Like, how do y'all not notice this, man? Like, y'all need to catch on to this shit before something bad happens. Like, this might not have ever happened if y'all like caught on and like, these motherfuckers are weird. You know what I'm saying, bro?
that Harris was
Come on,
fascinated
man.
by war and wrote out violent fantasies about killing people he did not
bro,
like.
see.
Klebold was described
That's
by his
not
peers and
normal.
adults as painfully shy.
Bro, that's not normal. That's not normal. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's not normal.
Klebold often was fidgety whenever someone new talked to him, rarely opening up to people. Klebold
I
was
ain't gonna
also
lie, I used to be shy like that too, bro. But my social skills have gotten way better, man. Like I recommend to y'all, don't ever be shy, man. Like, even if you are, just try your best not to. Like, look people dead in their eyes, man. Because if you look away, like, if you look at the ground, they're going to think you're a bitch. Like, real talk. Look them dead in the eye, bro. Like, if you're a psychopath. You know what I'm saying?
also exceptionally nervous in front of the opposite sex, sometimes avoiding a confrontation with girls altogether.
Come on, man.
In the last year of his life, many noted a change in Klebold's behavior. Unlike before, Klebold became short-tempered.
One thing y'all gotta understand is girls are people too. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, they're not they're not like queens. They're not, you know what I'm saying, bro? They're just normal people. Like, y'all need to stop acting weird around girls, bro. They're just a opposite gender. That's it.
Prone to sudden outbursts of anger.
Come on, bro. They're not.
Harris and Klebold
they're not
met
more
while they were in the
special than
7th
you.
grade. They
You know what I'm
became
saying?
increasingly close. By the time they were juniors in high school, they were described as inseparable. There are differing reports. Some say Harris and Klebold were very unpopular
I seen this shit.
students once they were upperclassmen, and frequent targets of bullying, while others say they were not near the bottom of the school's social hierarchy, and each had many friends, along with active social
I ain't
lives.
gonna lie, I ain't gonna let a jock bully me, bro. That ain't gonna happen. Y'all know the jocks, like the football players. Like, bro, you're not finna make it to the NFL anyway, my guy. Like, take your dumb ass out of here. And if you want to run the hands, we'll run the hands, bro. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the jocks, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I ain't gonna let no one bully me, bro. That's something I'm not gonna do. And if you try to bully me, we're gonna fight. I'm not gonna go. We're gonna fight. We're gonna run the hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, simple as that. I ain't gonna let no one bully
Columbine
me, bro.
High School was known to have an intense jock culture, which saw popular students,
See, bro,
mainly
that's
athletes,
what I'm talking
benefit
about.
from special treatment from faculty and other
Like,
students.
if a jock trying to roast me, bro, I'm like, bro, you're not finna make it to the NFL anyway. You're trash. You're finna get a girl pregnant and stay right here in this town, bro. Stop playing with me.
Reportedly, Harris and Klebold were regularly called faggots.
Oh, hell
Klebold said on the
no.
basement tapes, "You've been giving us shit for years," and when talking to his father about jocks had stated, "They sure give Eric hell." Nathan Vanderow,
Fuck
a friend
that,
of
man.
Klebold, and Elisa Owen, who knew Harris, noted they were picked on. Vanderow recalled that a cup of fecal matter was thrown at them.
Oh, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all wonder why they did what they did, man? Like, but we're not gonna do that, bro. Oh, bro. Nah, man. Nah, bro. We're gonna have to run the hands, dude. I ain't finna shoot you, but we're finna run the hands, bro. Hell no. Hell no, bro. Hell to the no.
It has been alleged that Harris and Klebold were once both confronted by a group of students who sprayed them with ketchup while referring to them as faggots and queers. Klebold told his mother it had been the worst day of his life. According to Brown, that happened while teachers watched.
Y'all can't let people be bullying you like that, man. Like, to my viewers, the Marvin Garden enthusiasts, don't ever let someone bully you like that, bro. Like, I'm not saying go shoot up a school. I'm not saying that at all. Don't ever do that. Because don't do that. But, if someone's bullying you like that, bro, you gotta run the hands. Simple as that. Don't ever let someone spray fucking ketchup on you or nothing, call you a F word. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Wouldn't fight back. They wore the ketchup all day and went home covered with it.
Oh, fuck that,
According
bro.
to classmate Chad Laughlin, it involved seniors pelting Klebold with ketchup-covered tampons in the commons.
Dude,
Laughlin also stated, a lot of the tension in the school came from the class above us. There were people fearful of walking by a table where you knew you didn't belong. Stuff like that.
Fuck that.
Certain groups certainly got preferential treatment across the board.
I remember at school, these motherfuckers, they thought that was all that, right? Me and some kid were sitting at a booth or some shit, and these dudes were like, get up. I'm like, what the fuck? Who is you? And I got up and I was like, what's good, bitch? I was like, you ain't finna take our booth, bruh. Go sit somewhere else. Sit on the fucking floor. I don't give a fuck. And this motherfucker tried to swing at me, and I fucking punched him in his shit, bruh. We started a whole cafeteria brawl, man. I swear to God. Ain't no one finna bully me out of my seat, bro. You finna go sit up on the floor, bitch. Go sit by the trash can. You ain't getting this booth. You don't claim this booth, bro. Real talk. I don't give a fuck. If you wanna fight, let's fight, bro. I'm down, bro. Fuck are the teachers gonna do, man? Real talk.
In the months prior to the attacks, Harris and Klebold acquired...
I ain't gonna lie, I hate motherfuckers at school, bro. Just doing the most. Like, what's good? You think you're entitled, bro? Let's run the hands. Simple.
2 9mm firearms and 2 12-gauge shotguns. Harris had a High-Point 995 carbine with 13 10-round magazines and a Savage Springfield 67H pump-action shotgun.
Damn.
Klebold used a 9mm Intratec Tech 9 semi-automatic...
Where these motherfuckers get these guns from?
...handgun with 152, 132, and 128-round magazine, and a Stevens 311D double-barreled shotgun.
Where did he get these guns
Harris's
from?
shotgun was sawed off to around 26 inches, and Klebold shortened his shotgun's length to 23 inches. A felony under the National Firearms Act. On November 22, 1998, their friend Robin Anderson purchased the carbine rifle and the 2 shotguns for the pair at the Tanner Gun Show, as they were too young to legally purchase the guns themselves.
Oh shit, so someone legally
After
allowed
the
to buy
attack,
it.
She told investigators that she had believed the pair wanted the weapons for target shooting and denied that she had any prior knowledge of their plans.
What?
Anderson was not charged.
She's gotta be capping. There's no way you didn't know what they were gonna do. There's no way. You're lying. You're lying. Can't she get charged for that, man? Like, she's lying, bro. There's no way she didn't know, man. That's just, no, man.
Klebold both held part-time jobs at a local blackjack pizza. Through Philip Duran, a co-worker, Klebold bought the Tech 9 handgun from Mark Maines for $500 at another gun show on January 23rd. Maine's girlfriend, and Duran are all in the Rampart Range video. After the massacre, Maines and Duran...
motherfuckers like this is why, the government is trying to ban guns, ban assault rifles. Like, I do want guns, I want assault rifles and shit when I'm older, like 21. But, dude, I'm not gonna use it to do that shit, bro. Like, I need that for home protection, target shooting. Like, bro, it's dudes like this that ruin it for, like safe gun owners, bruh. Come on, man.
And were both prosecuted. Each was charged with supplying a handgun to a minor and possession of a sawed-off shotgun. Maines and Duran were sentenced to a total of 6 years and 4.5 years in prison,
selling guns to minors, and then what they did with the guns?
In addition to the firearms, the complex and highly planned attack involved several improvised explosive devices. Harris and Klebold constructed a total of 99 bombs. These included pipe bombs, carbon dioxide cartridges filled with
They made
gunpowder
homemade bombs.
called
I forgot about
crickets,
that.
Molotov cocktails, and propane tanks converted to bombs.
Jesus
The
Christ.
propane bombs were used in the cafeteria, the shooters' cars, and in another location intended as a diversion.
Bro,
For ignition.
if I hear shooting, I'm running out any exit I can find, bro. Fuck out of here, man. I'm running home, bro. I don't give a fuck. And if we're in the lockdown and we're sitting up here in the class waiting to die, bro, I'm busting a window with a chair and getting the fuck up out of there, bro. I'm not gonna await my death. Fuck that. Fuck that.
They use storm matches, cannon fuses, and model rocket igniters, as well as timing devices built from mechanical alarm clocks for the propane bombs. During the massacre,
I would have been the motherfucker being nice to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, being cool. Like, bro, I think you should treat everybody how you want to be treated, dude. Like, I hate how y'all motherfuckers in, like, not in this new generation. Bullying's been happening forever. But, like, why do y'all treat people so, like, bro, why do y'all treat people, what am I trying to say? Why y'all treat people horribly, dude? Like, treat people the way you want to be treated. I know bullying's just a part of school. That's never gonna change, but, like, fuck, man. Throwing ketchup packets and fucking tampons and shit. What the fuck? What? Hell nah. I ain't taking that disrespect, bro.
they carried match strikers taped to their forearms for easy ignition of the pipe bombs and CO2 bombs. Harris also experimented with
napalm, playing Call of
and
Duty
envisioned
in
a
real
kind of
life,
backpack
dude.
and flamethrower. They both attempted to get another friend and co-worker, Chris Morris, who was a part of the Trenchcoat Mafia, to keep the napalm at his house.
What is that? I heard about that Trenchcoat Mafia shit. What is that?
Harris also tried to recruit him to be a third shooter, but would play it off as a joke when rebuked. Harris and Klebold were both equipped with knives.
Like, bro, my homie is like, you want to be the third shooter? I'm like, what? Hell no. I'm good, bro. I ain't going back to that school if my homie says something about being a third. I ain't going back to that school, bro. I swear to God.
But investigators do not believe they ever utilized them during the massacre. Harris had a boot
I'm so
knife
glad,
on his belt
like, I'm being
and a
homeschooled
Khyber
now.
Pass
Like,
machete Bowie
fuck
knife
that, man.
taped to the back of his ankle. Both had an R, referencing Harris's alias Reb, etched into the handle, and the machete had a swastika on the sheath. Klebold had a cobra knife mounted to his belt on the left side, as well as a switchblade in his right pocket.
This ain't Modern Warfare 2, bro.
Harris and Klebold's schoolwork also foreshadowed the massacre. They both displayed themes of violence in their creative writing projects. In December 1997, Harris wrote a paper on school shootings titled Guns in School, and a poem from the perspective of a bullet. Klebold wrote a short story about a man killing students which worried his teacher so much that she alerted his parents.
Bro, how did it worried the teacher, but she didn't do nothing about it? She alerted his parents, but that's about it. Like, what are his parents gonna do realistically, man? Like, the situation still happened. Obviously, I'm watching the video. Like, I don't know. For shit like that, man, you just gotta take better action. I don't know, bro. I'm not trying to be soft or nothing, but come on, man. Like, this was one of the most violent school shootings in United States history. Like, I don't know, bro. I feel like it could have been prevented. I feel like it could have been prevented somehow. Like, y'all need to be focusing on these quiet kids, because they're scheming up some shit. I swear to God, they're scheming up some shit. If you're a teacher watching, you need to watch out for these kids, because something like this may happen. It's getting out of hand at this point. Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris started a very bad trend, man.
A year before the massacre, Klebold wrote a message in Harris's 1998 yearbook. Killing enemies, blowing up stuff, killing cops. My wrath for January's incident will be godlike.
They wrote that in the yearbook. Oh my God, bro. Y'all teachers, man. L school in general, man. Y'all should have been on that shit, man.
To mention our revenge in the Commons.
Y'all should have been on that
The Commons was slang for the school cafeteria. Harris and Klebold were both enrolled in video production classes and kept 5 videotapes that were recorded with school video equipment. Only 2 of these, Hitmen for Hire and Rampart Range, and part of a third known as Radioactive Clothing, have been released. The remaining 3 tapes detail their plans and reasons for the massacre, including the ways they hid their weapons and deceived their parents.
Basically repeating myself.
Most of these were shot in the Harris family basement and are thus known as the basement tapes. 30 minutes before the attack, they made a final video saying goodbye and apologizing to their friends and families. The tapes have since been destroyed.
Damn, bro. I want to see that. But real talk, I want to see that.
Transcripts of some of the
dialogue. So that's lost media?
And a short clip recorded surreptitiously by a victim's father. The pair claimed they were going to make copies of the tapes to send to news stations, but never did so. When an economics class had Harris make an ad for a business, he and Klebold made a video called Hitmen for Hire on December 8, 1998, which was released in February 2004. It depicts them as part of the Trenchcoat Mafia, a clique in the school who wore black trench coats and opposed jocks, extorting money for protecting preps from bullies.
My bad.
Klebold and Harris themselves were apparently not a part of the real Trenchcoat Mafia, but were friends with some of its members. They wore black trench coats on the day of the massacre, and the video seemed a kind of dress rehearsal, showing them walking the halls of the school and shooting bullies outside with fake guns. Before the massacre, Harris left a microcassette labeled Nixon on the kitchen table. On it, Harris said, "It is less than 9 hours now," placing the recording at some time around 2:30 a.m. He went on to say, "People will die because of me, and it will be a day that will be remembered forever."
Oh my God, bro.
April 20th, 1999, Harris and Klebold placed 2 duffel bags in the cafeteria. Each bag contained propane bombs.
Bro, they placed 2 duffel... Bro, where is the school security? What the fuck, bruh? Like, I ain't gonna lie, it may be dangerous, it may not. But don't y'all think security should be carrying guns? I don't know. Maybe not, man, because that could be a bad thing, too. But come on, bro. Like, how are y'all not prepared for some shit like this? Especially with the way they've been acting, like, over the past 2 years before this happened? Come on, man. Bro, like, how many people died? Like 13? Y'all could have saved these people's lives if y'all were more on it. Come on, dude.
Set to detonate
this
during
is fucked up, bro.
The A lunch shift, which began at 11:15 a.m. No witness recalled seeing the duffel bags being added to the
lunch, bro. I'm headed out the exit. Not where the Dylan and Eric are, but I'm headed out any other exit, bro. I'm out that bitch. Fuck is you talking about?
400 or so backpacks that were already in the cafeteria.
And they placed duffel bag.
The security staff at Columbine.
Bro, if someone placed a duffel bag right by me, like, I'm gonna be looking like that bitch, like, what the fuck? I'm out, man.
And did not observe the bags being placed in the cafeteria. A custodian was replacing the school security videotape at around 11:14 a.m. Shortly after the massacre, police speculated the bombs were placed during this tape change. They also investigated whether the bombs were placed during the after-prom party held the prior weekend. Some internet sleuths claim the bomb placement can be seen on the surveillance video at around 10:58 a.m. Harris and Klebold are seen in the tapes planting the bombs in casual school clothes separately. 2 backpacks filled with pipe bombs, aerosol canisters, and
How did
small
y'all not
propane
notice
bombs
that
were
on the
also placed in
camera?
a field about 3 miles south of Columbine and 2 miles south of the fire station. The bombs were intended as a diversion to draw firefighters and emergency personnel away from the school. Only the pipe bombs and one of the aerosol canisters detonated, causing a small fire, which was quickly extinguished by the fire department. According to the shooters' respective journals and videotapes, it is believed by investigators that the pair intended to detonate their propane bombs in the cafeteria at the busiest lunch hour, killing hundreds of students. After this, they would shoot and stab survivors, as well as lob bombs. Bombs set in their cars in the parking lot would also eventually detonate, killing more students as well as possibly any police officers, paramedics, firemen, or reporters who had come to the school. Harris and Klebold both changed into black army fatigue pants and combat-styled boots and returned separately to Columbine. Harris parked his vehicle in the junior student parking lot, and Klebold parked in the adjoining senior student parking lot. The school cafeteria was their primary bomb target. The cafeteria had a long outside window wall, ground-level doors, and was just north of the senior parking lot. The library was located above the cafeteria in the second story of the window wall. Each car contained bombs. As Harris pulled into the parking lot, he encountered classmate and friend Brooks Brown, with whom he had recently patched up a long-standing series of disputes. According to Brown, who was smoking a cigarette, He was surprised to see Harris, whom he earlier noted had been absent from a class test. Harris, a good student, was unlikely to miss school days with important academic obligation. Brown berated
See,
Harris
bro,
for
they had like goals and plans. Eric Harris wanted to go to college and shit. Like, bro. Oh my god, bro. But they did what they did, man. As much as that sounds insensitive, it happened. You know, it could have been prevented, but it wasn't. It's fucked up all around.
for missing the test. Harris, acting unconcerned, replied, "It doesn't matter anymore." Harris went on, "Brooks, I like you now. Get out of here. Go."
Oh, see, bro, that is why. I literally told y'all. That is why you have to befriend the quiet kids. Don't treat them like shit. Be friends with them. I'm sorry, I had to check if my camera's still on. Be friends with them. I'm telling you guys, I will save your life if something like this happens. He told him, get out of here. If I were his friend, I would have been, all right, bro, we'll see you later, man. Or not, we won't see you later, but I'm out this bitch. Fuck that! Bro, see, that could save your life if y'all just be cool with the quiet kids. Don't treat them like shit, bro.
Go home.
I'm telling you.
Brown, feeling uneasy
Give them
and
your
already
snacks,
prepared to skip his
just
next class,
be cool.
walked away down South Pierce Street. Meanwhile, Harris and Klebold armed themselves, using straps and webbing to conceal weapons
Literally
beneath
told
their
y'all
trench
that.
coats. They lugged bags containing bombs and ammunition. Harris had concealed his shotgun in one of the bags.
Jeez.
Beneath the trench coats, Harris wore a military bandolier and
I
a
would've
white
been
t-shirt with the
out, bro.
inscription,
I would've been
"Natural
out
Selection,"
so
in black
fast.
letters, a mantra
I
he had
would have
adopted.
been off the school
Klebold
property within 2 minutes. Within a minute, I would have been off the school property back home. I would have grabbed, what was the new console at the time? My PS1 and play that shit. Fuck that.
Black t-shirt with "Wrath" in red letters. The cafeteria bombs failed to detonate. Had these explosives detonated as intended, they would have killed or severely wounded the 488 students in the cafeteria and damaged the school's structure, collapsing the library into the cafeteria and possibly killing more students and staff. At 11:19 a.m., 17-year-old Rachel Scott and her friend Richard Castaldo were having lunch and sitting on the grass next to the west entrance
Oh
of the
my
school.
god.
Klebold threw a pipe bomb towards the parking lot. The bomb only partially detonated, causing it to give off smoke. Castaldo thought it was no more than a crude senior prank.
Bro, what? How could he be so naive, dude? Like, if I see a fucking bomb being blasted in front of me, bro, even if it didn't, like, go off all the way, I'm running. If I get shot, I get shot, but fuck.
Several students during the incident first thought that they were watching a prank.
It's not a prank.
A witness reported hearing "Go, go," before Klebold and Harris pulled their guns from beneath their trench coats and began shooting.
See?
Scott was killed instantly when she was hit 4 times with rounds fired from Harris's carbine. One shot was to the left temple. Castaldo was shot 8 times in the chest, arm, and abdomen by both Harris and Klebold. He fell unconscious to the ground and was left paralyzed below the chest. After firing twice, Klebold's Tech-9 jammed, and he was forced to temporarily cease shooting to fix it, which he did by reloading a new magazine into his pistol. Meanwhile, Harris took off his trench coat and aimed his carbine down the west staircase in the direction of 3 students: Daniel Rohrbaugh, Sean Graves, and Lance Kirkland. The students figured they were
I heard
paintball
about
guns
Sean Graves.
and were about to walk up the staircase directly below the
Sean
shooters.
Graves is still alive, right? Pretty
Harris
sure.
fired 10 times, killing Rohrbaugh while injuring Graves and Kirkland. William David Sanders, a teacher and coach at the school, was in the cafeteria when he heard the gunfire and began warning students. Harris turned west and fired 7 shots in the direction of 5 students sitting on the grassy hillside adjacent to the steps and opposite the west entrance of the school. Michael Johnson was hit in the face, leg, and arm, but ran and escaped. Mark Taylor was shot in the chest, arms, and leg and fell to the ground, where he faked death, and the other 3 escaped uninjured.
That's smart, I ain't gonna lie.
Klebold walked down the steps toward the cafeteria.
Like, if you're in a fucked up situation and you can't escape and you get shot and you're still alive, just fake death, man, at that point.
Once at the body of
That's
Dan
all you could do.
Rohrbaugh with his shotgun, and then came up to Lance Kirkland, who was already wounded and lying on the ground, weakly calling for help. Klebold said, "Sure, I'll help you," then shot Kirkland in the jaw with his shotgun. Although near fatally injured, Kirkland would survive. Graves,
Damn, he survived?
paralyzed beneath the waist, had crawled into the doorway of the cafeteria's west entrance and collapsed.
Oh, fuck.
He rubbed his blood on his face and played dead. After shooting Kirkland, Klebold walked towards the cafeteria door. He then stepped over the injured Graves to enter the cafeteria. Graves remembers Klebold saying, "Sorry, dude." Klebold only briefly entered the cafeteria and did not shoot at the several people still inside. Officials speculated that Klebold went to check on the propane bombs. Harris was still on top of the stairs shooting, and severely wounded and partially paralyzed 17-year-old Anne-Marie Hochhalter as she tried to flee. Klebold came out of the cafeteria and went back up the stairs to join Harris. They each shot once at students standing close to a soccer field, but did not hit any.
Y'all should have took this video into account. Like, what are these motherfuckers on? Like, this dude was screaming, talking about, if you ever touch him again. Like, bro, what the fuck, man?
They walked toward the west entrance, throwing pipe bombs in several directions, including onto the roof. Only a few of these pipe bombs detonated. Witnesses heard one of them say, "This is what we always wanted to do. This is awesome." Meanwhile, art teacher Patty Nielsen was inside the school. She had noticed the commotion and walked toward the west entrance with student Brian Anderson. Nielsen had intended to walk outside to tell the two students, "Knock it off," thinking they were either filming a video or pulling a student prank.
Bro, how do you not... Oh my gosh. Can y'all not tell, like, gunshot sounds? Like, I could tell a gunshot sound. Like, I don't know how big the Columbine school is, but I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, that's pretty naive, man.
And opened the first set of double doors. The gunman shot out the windows, injuring him with flying glass. Nielsen was hit in the shoulder with shrapnel. Anderson and Nielsen ran back down the hall into the library, and Nielsen alerted the students inside.
Bro, look
to
at
the
this
danger,
dude, bro.
telling them to get under desks and keep silent. She dialed 911 and hid under the library's administrative counter.
Y'all are telling me you didn't see anything wrong with this kid? Like, come on, teachers or principal. I don't know, bro. Like, this dude's looking like what the fuck?
Inside the school cafeteria, Dave Sanders and two custodians, John Curtis and Jay Galatine, initially told students to get under the tables, then successfully evacuated students up the staircase leading to the second floor of the school. The stairs were located around the corner from the library hallway and the main south hallway. Sanders then tried to secure as much of the school as he could. By now, Harris and Klebold were inside the main hallway. Sanders and another student were down at the end of the hallway, where he gestured for students in the library to stay. They encountered Harris and Klebold, who were approaching from the corner of the north hallway. Sanders and the student turned and ran in the opposite direction. Harris and Klebold shot at them both, with Harris hitting Sanders twice in the back and neck, hitting his teeth on exit, but missing the student. The latter ran into a science classroom and warned everyone to hide. Klebold walked over towards Sanders, who had collapsed, and tossed a pipe bomb, then returned to Harris up the library
I need a
hallway.
water, bro. I'm dehydrated as hell. It's like 4 o'clock. Oh, my bad.
At 11:29 a.m., Harris and Klebold entered the library. 52 students, 2 teachers, and 2 librarians were inside. Harris yelled at everyone to "get up," loud enough to be heard on the 911 call. When no one complied, Harris yelled, "Fine, I'll start shooting anyway." Harris fired his shotgun twice at a desk.
What can you
Student
do
Evan
in that situation? I don't know what you can do. I don't know, bro. I don't know what you could do.
Todd had been standing near a pillar when the shooters entered the library and had just taken cover behind a copier. Todd was hit by wood splinters in the eye and lower back but was not seriously injured. He then hid behind the administrative counter. The gunman walked into the library, towards the 2 rows of computers. Sitting at the north row was disabled student Kyle Velasquez. Klebold fired his shotgun, fatally hitting him in the head and back.
That is so fucked up, bruh. Like, why would y'all kill a disabled kid, man? Like, just leave him alone, bruh. Y'all are complaining about getting bullied, but y'all basically bullied a disabled kid. Killed him, took his life. Leave him alone, bruh. Like, damn, man.
They put down their ammunition-filled duffel bags at the south, or lower row of computers, and reloaded their weapons. They then walked between the computer rows, toward the windows facing the outside staircase. Throughout the massacre in the library, they ordered everybody to get up and said how long they had been waiting for this, and seemed to be enjoying themselves, shouting things like "woo" after shooting. While ordering the jocks to stand up, one of the two said, "Anybody with a white hat or a sports emblem on it is dead." Wearing a white baseball cap at Columbine was a tradition among sports team members. Nobody stood up, and several students tried to hide their white hats. Windows were shot out in the direction of the recently arrived police. Officers returned fire, and the gunman retreated from the windows. No one was injured. Klebold removed his trench coat. He then fired his shotgun at a nearby table, injuring 3 students, Patrick Ireland, Daniel Steepleton, and Mackay Hall. Harris walked toward the lower row of computer desks with his shotgun and fired a single shot under the first desk, while down on one knee. He hit 14-year-old Stephen Kerno with a mortal wound to the neck. He then moved to the adjacent computer desk, injuring 17-year-old Casey Rugseger with a shot which passed completely through her right shoulder, also grazing her neck and severing a major artery. When she started gasping in pain, Harris said, "Quit your bitching." Harris then walked to a table south of the lower computer table, with 2 students underneath, Cassie Bernal and Emily Wyant. Harris slapped the surface of the table twice as he knelt and said, "Peekaboo," before shooting Bernal once in the head with the shotgun, killing her. Harris at this point held the gun with one hand, and the weapon hit his face in recoil, injuring his nose. He told Klebold he had done so, and Klebold responded, "Why'd you do that?" After fatally shooting Bernal, Harris turned toward the next table, where Brie Pasquale sat next to the table rather than under it. Harris's nose was bleeding. Witnesses later reported that he had blood around his mouth. Harris asked Pasquale if she wanted to die, and she responded with a plea for her life. Harris laughed and responded, "Everyone's going to die." When Klebold said shoot her, Harris responded, "No, we're going to blow up the school anyway." Klebold noticed Ireland trying to provide aid to Hall, who had suffered a wound to his knee. As Ireland tried to help Hall, his head rose above the table. Klebold shot him a second time, hitting him twice in the head and once in the foot.
Bro, at that point,
Ireland
you
was
just gotta stay down. I'm gonna try and crawl out the library, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If there's an opening, I'm gonna take that shit and run out the school. Like, and if I get seen, I don't know, bro. I don't know what you could do in this situation, bro. Besides, try and get out of there somehow. Like, if they're distracted with somebody, I'm finna crawl out the library, bro.
Knocked unconscious but survived. Klebold then walked toward another table, where he discovered 18-year-old Isaiah Schulz, 16-year-old Matthew Kechter, and 16-year-old Craig Scott, Rachel's younger brother, hiding underneath. Klebold called out a racial slur to Harris and tried to pull Schulz out from under the table. Harris left Pasquale and joined him. According to witnesses, they taunted Schulz for a few seconds, making derogatory racial comments. The gunmen both fired under the table.
That's fucked
Harris
up,
shot Schulz once in the chest, killing him, and Klebold shot and killed Kechter. Though Schulz was not shot in the head, Klebold said, "I didn't know black brains could fly that far." Meanwhile, Scott was uninjured, lying in the blood of his friends, feigning death.
How y'all gonna complain about getting...
"Who's ready to die next?"
How y'all gonna complain about getting bullied and then go basically bully some... I don't know.
He turned and threw a cricket at the table where Hall, Steepleton, and Ireland were located. It landed on Steepleton's thigh. Hall quickly noticed it and tossed it behind them, and it exploded in midair. Harris walked toward the bookcases between the west and center section of tables in the library. He jumped on one and shook it, apparently attempting to topple it, then shot at the books which had fallen. Klebold walked to the east area of the library. Harris walked from the bookcase, past the central area to meet Klebold. They later shot at a display case next to the door, then turned and shot toward the closest table, hitting and injuring 17-year-old Mark Kintkin in the head and shoulder. He then turned toward the table to his left and fired, injuring 18-year-olds Lisa Kreutz, Lauren Townsend, and Valine Schnur with the same shotgun blast. Klebold then moved toward the same table and fired several shots with the Tech-9, killing Townsend. At this point, the seriously injured Valine Schnur began screaming, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" In response, Klebold asked Schnur if she believed in the existence of God. When Schnur replied she did, Klebold asked why, and commented, "God is gay."
Bro,
Klebold reloaded but walked away from him.
I don't fuck with that disrespectful shit to God, bro. Like, I take that personally. I ain't gonna lie. If I was in that situation, I'm saying, God, just please take my soul if I get killed today. Amen. That's disrespectful, bro. I don't fuck with that disrespectful shit to God, bro. That shit just pissed me off, man.
Harris approached another table where 2 girls were hiding. He bent down to look at them and dismissed them as pathetic. Harris then moved to another table where he fired twice, injuring 16-year-olds Nicole Nolan and John Tomlin. Tomlin moved out from under the table.
Did anyone in that computer lab survive, bro?
Klebold shot him repeatedly, killing him. Harris then walked back over to the other side of the table where Townsend lay dead. Behind the table, a 16-year-old girl named Kelly Fleming had, like Brie Pasquale, sat next to the table rather than beneath it due to a lack of space. Harris shot Fleming with his shotgun, hitting her in the back and killing her. He shot at the table behind Fleming, hitting Townsend, who was already dead, Kreutz again, and wounding 18-year-old Gina Park. The shooters moved to the center of the library, where they reloaded their weapons at a table. Harris then pointed his carbine under a table, but the student he was aiming at moved out of the way. Harris turned his gun back on the student and told him to identify himself. It was John Savage.
Like, these motherfuckers definitely went to hell, bro. Definitely. There's no way they didn't. First of all, they called God gay. Second of all, they did a mass shooting. They definitely went to hell, bro. Yeah.
An acquaintance of Klebold's. He asked Klebold what they were doing, to which he shrugged and answered, "Oh, just killing people." Savage asked if they were going to kill him. However, because of the background noise, Klebold said, "What?" Savage asked again whether they were going to kill him. Klebold said no and told him to run.
Shit.
Savage fled.
I would have been like, peace out, bro. I would have been out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be cool with the not cool with the nice kids. Cool with the quiet kids. I've been saying this the whole video. Like, I don't fuck with that disrespectful shit to God. That shit pissed me off, but you gotta be cool with the quiet kids, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Save your life.
Escaping through the library's main entrance and through the cafeteria. After Savage left, Harris turned and fired his carbine at the table directly north of where he had been, hitting the ear and hand of 15-year-old Daniel Mauser. Mauser retaliated by either shoving a chair at Harris or grabbing at his leg. Harris fired again and hit Mauser in the center of the face at close range, killing him. Harris then moved south and fired 3 shots under another table, critically injuring 2 17-year-olds, Jennifer Doyle and Austin Eubanks. Klebold then shot once, fatally wounding 17-year-old Corey DePuter at 11:35. There were no further victims. They had killed 10 people in the library and wounded 12.
Damn.
At this point, Klebold was quoted as saying they might start knifing people, though they never did. They headed towards the library's main counter. Harris threw a Molotov cocktail toward the southwestern end of the library.
Where were the
but it
cops
failed to
this whole
explode.
time?
They converged close to where Todd had
I ain't
moved
gonna
after
lie.
having been...
If something like this happens, why are the cops sitting outside, bro? Send a SWAT team in that bitch and get them gone. I don't give a fuck if your life is at risk. That's what you sign up in the police academy to do. So send a fucking SWAT team. Get these motherfuckers gone, bro. Why y'all sit outside waiting for them? Come on, bro. Like, there's so many ways y'all could have saved. I think there was 13 people that died. There's so many ways y'all could have saved their lives. Like, I don't get how cops just be sitting outside, bro. That shit pisses me off. Like, send a SWAT team and get them gone, bro. Y'all have better weapons than they do. Just wear bulletproof armor. Get them gone, bruh. Fuck.
been wounded.
That's tough.
Klebold pulled the chair out from the desk. Then he pointed his Tech 9
Like,
at
where
Todd,
were the police
who was
this
wearing
whole
a white hat.
time? Like, how much time
Klebold
passed?
asked if he was a jock.
While
And
motherfuckers
when Todd
just
said
dying,
no,
bro.
Klebold
Fuck,
responded,
that should piss me
"Well,
off,
that's good.
man.
We don't like jocks." Klebold then demanded to see his face. Todd partly lifted his hat so his face would remain obscured. When Klebold asked Todd to give him one reason why he should not kill him, Todd said, "I don't want trouble." Klebold responded back angrily, "Trouble? You don't even know what trouble is." Todd tried to correct himself. "That's not what I meant. I mean, I don't have a problem with you guys. I never will, and I never did." Klebold then told Harris he was going to let Todd live, but that Harris could kill him if he wanted. Harris appeared to pay no attention, and stated that he and Klebold should head to the cafeteria.
Shit, I'm like, thank you, I'm out. Like, let me just run real quick. I don't got a problem with y'all, bro. Just, I'm out.
Klebold fired into an open
See, bro, that could save your life. Be cool with the quiet kids. Don't give them trouble, and they won't kill you if something like this happens. I'm literally putting y'all on game to stay alive. if this, like, a school shooting ever happens.
Library staff break room, hitting a small television. While Harris was walking away, Klebold said, "One more thing," then picked up the chair beside the library counter under which Patty Nielsen was hiding and slammed the chair down on top of the computer terminal and library counter. Klebold joined Harris at the library entrance. The two walked out of the library at 11:36. Cautiously, fearing the shooter's return, 10 injured and 29 uninjured survivors began to evacuate the library through the north emergency exit door, which led to the sidewalk adjacent to the west entrance. Casey Rugseger was evacuated from the library by Craig Scott. Had she not been evacuated at this point, Rugseger would likely have bled to death from her injuries. Patrick Ireland, unconscious, and Lisa Kreutz, unable to move, remained in the building.
I never get why
Patty Nielsen crawled
like
into
the police force doesn't send a SWAT team in that bitch and get them gone, bro. Get them gone. You could save lives that way, bro. I don't give a fuck if the police are scared for their lives. That's what you sign up in the police academy to do. If you're part of the SWAT team, go fucking kill them, bro. I don't give a fuck, man. Shit pissed me off, bro.
Exterior break room, into which Klebold had earlier fired shots, and hid in a cupboard.
Y'all really let them do all that, bro.
After leaving the library, Harris and Klebold entered the science area, where they caused a fire in an empty storage closet.
Fuck if there's bombs,
it was
bro.
extinguished by a teacher who had hidden in an adjacent room. The gunmen then proceeded toward the south hallway, where they shot into an empty science room. At 11:44 a.m., they were captured on the school security cameras as they re-entered the cafeteria. The recording shows Harris crouching against the rail on the staircase and firing toward the propane bombs left in the cafeteria in an unsuccessful attempt to detonate them. As Klebold approached the propane bomb and examined it, Harris took a drink from one of the cups left behind. Klebold lit a Molotov cocktail and threw it at the propane bomb. About a minute later, the gallon of fuel attached to the bomb ignited, causing a fire that was extinguished by the fire sprinklers a few minutes later. They left the cafeteria at 11:46. After leaving the cafeteria, they returned to the main north and south hallways of the school and fired several shots into walls and ceilings as students and teachers hid in rooms. They walked through the south hallway into the main office before returning to the north hallway. At 11:56, they returned to the cafeteria and briefly entered the school kitchen. They returned up the staircase and into the south hallway at 12 p.m. They re-entered the library, which was empty of survivors except for the unconscious Patrick Ireland and the injured Lisa Kreutz. Once inside, at 12:02 p.m., police were shot at again through the library windows and returned fire. Nobody was injured in the exchange.
Oh my god, bro.
By 12:05, all gunfire from the school had ceased. By 12:08 p.m., both gunmen had killed themselves. Harris sat down with his back to a bookshelf and fired his shotgun through the roof of his mouth. Klebold went down on his knees and shot himself in the left temple with his Tech-9. An article by the Rocky Mountain News stated that Patty Nielsen overheard them shout, 1, 2, 3, in unison, just before a loud boom. Nielsen later said that she had never spoken with either of the writers of the article. The total count of deaths was 12 students, 14 including the shooters, and 1 teacher. 20 students and 1 teacher were injured as a result of the shootings. 3 more victims were injured indirectly as they tried to escape the school. The shooting was planned as a terrorist attack that would cause the most deaths in U.S. history, but the motive has never been ascertained with any degree of certainty. In a letter provided with the May 15th report on the Columbine attack, Sheriff John Stone and Undersheriff John A. Dunaway wrote they cannot answer the most fundamental question, why? In the days following the event, media speculation regarding the killer's motive was rife. Media reports were disseminated suggesting various motives of the killers, although all theories were largely unsubstantiated and turned out to be myths. These reports included blaming bullying, goth culture, video games, Marilyn Manson.
Video games, bro? Bro, that shit pissed me off, bro. Bro, stop blaming video games for murders. Like, dude, I play shooting games all the time. I play Warzone 2.0. I play GTA 5. You ain't gonna see me doing some shit like this, bro. Stop blaming video games. It most of the time it has to do with either mental health or I don't even fucking know, bro. You gotta be a real psychopath to do some shit like this. It doesn't have to do with video games. There's so many people that play shooting video games and they don't want to do some shit like this. The fuck? I don't want to go play GTA 5 in real life. I'm good.
And targeting jocks and minorities. Other rumors were spread in the local area, but not largely disseminated by the media, such as the false claims spread by some students
that if I went to that school, I ain't going back, bro.
The killers were bullied because they were homosexual. The FBI concluded that the killers had mental illnesses, that Harris was a clinical psychopath, and Klebold had depression. Dwayne Fusilier, the supervisor in charge of the Columbine investigation, would later remark, "I believe Eric went to the school to kill, and didn't care if he died, while Dylan wanted to die, and didn't care if others died as well." In April 1998, a year prior to the shooting, as part of his diversion program, Harris wrote a letter of apology to the owner of a van he and Klebold broke into earlier that year. Around the same time, he derided the owner of the van in his journal, stating that he believed he had the right to steal something if he wanted to. By far the most prevalent theme in Klebold's journals is his wish for suicide and private despair at his lack of success with women, which he refers to as an infinite sadness. Klebold had
like the Elliot Roger dude, he had the same problem. Like, bro, y'all just gotta go approach women, and if they reject you, it is what it is. Move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, y'all gotta stop doing this to yourselves, bro. Cause this is usually how school shootings happen. Like, y'all get rejected by a girl and start going crazy. Like, bro, it's not that deep. Like, just approach a girl. Ask her for a number. She doesn't give it to you. Then move on, man. Just move on, bro. It's not that deep. It's really not.
Repeatedly documented his desires to kill himself, and his final remark in the basement tapes, shortly before the attack, is a resigned.
Like, bro, my life is in the hands of whether some dude got rejected by his crush.
Statement made as he glances away from the camera. Just know I'm going to a better place. I didn't like life too much.
How is hell a better place, man? Alright, man, what did y'all think about this? I don't know if this is gonna get age restricted or not. Yeah, I really put y'all on game. Be nice to the quiet kids. And, just... I don't know what else to tell y'all, bro. Like, this was a fucked up situation, and many lives could have been saved. This shit could have been prevented. It really could have, but we'll see y'all next time. I'm out.